It's time for me to harvest the berries of my Malabar spinach plant. I will share you some important tips on how to have a Malabar seeds that will germinate 100%, 95 to 100% germination. First, make sure before you harvest the seeds or the berries, it should be dark purple in color. If you notice that there's still a shade of light green or is not a dark purple in color, it's not too dark, then don't harvest it yet. You have to wait few more weeks before you harvest it. Second, if you can still wait for your Malabar berries to dry up on the stem, that means it is very mature already. The more it is dried up, the more it will germinate. As you can see, this one, it's dry up, right? The stem, see, it's almost falling down. That means this is the best time to harvest it also. The germination of these seeds is almost 100%. And then, after you harvest it, you can dry it under the sun. And in my case, it's winter outside. You see the snow? So it's winter, so I cannot dry it outside. I will just put it near the window where there is sunlight like this. Don't ever place your dried Malabar seeds on the fridge. Never. There are two ways to save the seeds or the berries. If it is still fresh like this and dark purple in color, you can harvest it and you can remove the pulp or the skin of the berries and dry it under the sun or just air dry it. Second, in this case, you can also dry it as it is. You don't need to remove the skin or the pulp of the berries. Just dry as it is under the sun. Then second, if the Malabar berries is already dried while still on the stem, then just let it die. Then harvest it, or you can harvest it now and then place it under the sun to dry it more. With this method of saving my seeds, I have almost 100%, my seeds almost 100% germinate. Sometimes I plant 10 seeds and then all the seeds germinate. It's seldom that I planted 10 seeds and only 8 will germinate. The secret is just don't harvest the berries unless it is very matured, dark purple in color, or almost drying up on the stem. Now, I am going to harvest the berries. with this very small plant of Malabar spinach, I didn't expect I could actually harvest a lot of berries. Here, what I harvested. It's quite a lot. Look. And if you notice, some of the seeds are already almost drying up. It's super mature, like very mature seeds. And this one are also very matured since they it is dark purple in color. See? So these are still fresh, and I'm gonna remove some of the pulp or skin of the, only a little bit, and most of it I will just dry under the sun. Natural drying of the berries, and or I just let it air dry. Then I will save it for my planting this coming summer. You can remove the skin or pulp of the Malabar berries. Like this. See, you can remove the pulp or the skin before you dry it. But if your berries is almost dry, then don't bother to remove the skin or the pulp. Just segregate the seeds or the berries, and then just let it dry as it is. Don't remove the skin or the pulp. Just dry it. As for the berries with no more skin or no more pulp, then you can also dry it. You can either use the air dry, or you can dry it under the sun. This is the Malabar berries that I removed the pulp or the skin of the berries. And this is the one that I did not remove the skin or the pulp. I will dry both of these seeds under the sun, or just air dry it. I will just leave it as it is for a week, and it will just dry by itself. And after that, it's good to put it in a jar and cover it, and then just put it in any place, like top of the table, near the window, just not on the fridge. The berries that I removed the skin or pulp looks like this when it dries. See? And the berries that I did not remove the skin or pulp, I just dry it as it is. It looks like this. There's almost no difference at all. And you do it this way, or you do it this way, when you plant it, it's just the same. This will grow into a beautiful seedling, and the same thing with this. Just don't refrigerate your seeds when it's already dry.